Yes, people, how's it going? Welcome back to Lily White Lane. Hope you're all keeping well. Hope you're all keeping safe. And look, quick impromptu live stream tonight. Really did fancy doing a live stream, as I say. Just coming on here, chill little live stream, talking to you guys, talking all things Tottenham. Lovely, jubbly. And look, without further ado, let's get straight into it. With the first topic, I was thinking about this earlier, and I thought, why not discuss it on tonight's live stream? Are Spurs in the top four race? Or should I rephrase that? Are Spurs out of the top four race before it's well and truly begun? Now, this is a topic I've been thinking about for quite a while, right? You look at the top four teams. You look at the four teams that got into the Champions League last season. You've got Chelsea, you've got Manchester City, you've got Liverpool, and you've got, can't believe I'm forgetting, Manchester United, right? Manchester United, Liverpool, Manchester City, and Chelsea. Those are the four teams that got Champions League football last season. Let's be realistic about the situation. The way those four teams are going this season, do any of them look likely to not get top four, to not get Champions League football? Do you see, as Spurs fans or as football fans, Chelsea, Manchester City, Manchester United, or I always forget one, Liverpool? Do you see any of those four teams not getting into the Champions League or ending up in the Europa League? Because I honestly don't. I honestly don't see any of those four teams dropping out. You look at the strength and squad depth of those teams. Chelsea, right? Absolutely flying under Thomas Tuchel. I have never seen a team like Chelsea right now that can just dismantle the opposition, just destroy and make everyone on the opposition team look like a mug. I have never seen a team like that. They are absolutely flying. As much as I hate admitting it because they are our rivals, they are class at the moment. They are absolutely class, right? Then you move over to Liverpool. Yes, out of all four, if one of the top four teams is going to drop out, it would probably be them, in my opinion. Probably be them, because they haven't strengthened this summer. But an argument for that, a counter-argument for that, should I say, is they don't need to strengthen. They didn't need to strengthen this summer. They've already got a class team, a really, really strong team, Liverpool. You've got the likes of Mohamed Salah, who gets nowhere near the respect that he deserves, in my opinion. Then Firmino up top with the likes of Jota and Mane. Then, Van Dijk, arguably one of the best centre-backs, if not the best centre-back right now in the world, Virgil van Dijk. And then their midfield as well, Fabinho, Henderson. Can you see, as fans, any positions they really need to strengthen in? Maybe potentially a new centre mid, but they've already got the likes of Jordan Henderson and Keita and Fabinho and all of these class midfielders. So I don't see them dropping out. But if any of the top four teams did, it would be them. Then you move on to both Manchester clubs. Manchester United, Cristiano Ronaldo, Jadon Sancho and Bruno Fernandes. Tell me they're dropping out and I'll tell you you're an idiot. I really will. I can understand that they bottle things. I can understand that they throw things away a lot, Manchester United. But you look at their team right now, and you tell me confidently that they are going to drop out of the top four. I really don't think so. They've got such a good squad depth, such a class team, arguably the best player or one of the best players of all time, in my opinion, the best player of all time in Cristiano Ronaldo. And also Jadon Sancho, a signing which is absolutely class, a signing the United fans have been waiting so long for, yet no one's talking about Jadon Sancho. Everyone's talking about Ronaldo, and why wouldn't they be? They've also got the likes of, Wan-Bissaka, even 50p had Harry Maguire as a centre-half. I'm not a massive fan of him, but he is decent. Don't see United dropping out with CR7. City, I hate City with a passion, but I don't see them dropping out either. They're the Premier League champions. If they don't win the league, it'll be surprising. So look, those top four teams, and you look at those top four teams, and you look at what I've just said there, and you think to yourself, how are Spurs going to breach into that top four? How are Tottenham going to get over any of those teams? How are Spurs going to somehow get into the top four, right? The only team I said that I think may, drop out, or I did before this season, was Liverpool. But the way they've started this season is absolutely class. And this is why I asked the question. With those top four teams that are absolutely flying, that have all had a great start to the season, do any of them look like dropping out of the top four? Is Spurs' top four race, is Tottenham's quest on getting Champions League football for another year already over? Is it already over before it's well and truly begun? Do I think it's already over? Potentially. I honestly do. I don't see any team, let alone Spurs. I don't see Leicester. I don't see Arsenal. I don't see West Ham. I don't see anyone outside of that top four who is going to breach into them. Especially the way, both North London clubs are going at the moment. And then you start to think to yourself, right, although they've got class teams, or although they're fantastic teams, the Chelseas, the Liverpools, the Cities, and the always bloody forget one, the Chelseas, right? Although they're class teams, doesn't it show how far we've come from 2 years ago being in the Champions League, consistently getting in the Champions League, consistently making it in to the Champions League, to now barely getting into Europe, barely getting to European football. And that was only a couple years ago. That was only a couple years ago when Spurs were in the Champions League final 2 years ago. And now they're in the Europa Conference League. Doesn't it really show? And this is what frustrates me as well. Some fans will say Spurs are improving. Spurs are getting better. It's a project. And I don't want to go off on it, but trust the process and all that rubbish. Some Spurs fans will say that with Levy and Enoch. You've got to trust the process. We've got to go through this rebuild to reach those heights again. What I'm seeing now isn't a rebuild. What I'm seeing now from Spurs in the past couple of games is just rubbish football. And the reason we are playing that rubbish football is because we haven't invested the money in positions we've needed. We don't have the squad depth as those top four teams do. Hence the fact we don't look like breaching in, right? Our transfer market, we had so many good opportunities to bring in players, not even priorities, but players we could have brought in to strengthen our squad. We're more bothered as a team we're more bothered as a club about strengthening our first team than we are our squad. When Manchester United, when Chelsea, when Manchester City and when Liverpool are more bothered about strengthening their squad because they've already strengthened their team. They've already made their team the best it can possibly be. And now they want to see, right, who do I want on that bench? I want to keep improving. I want to bring in the best players I possibly can who can come off that bench and win me a game. That's what Ollie's thinking. That's what Tuchel. That's what Tuchel's thinking. That's what Klopp's thinking. That's what Pep's thinking. That's what Pep's thinking, right? That's what those players. I'm all over the shop tonight, right? That's what those managers are thinking. Those managers are thinking more about strengthening their squad because they're past the time when they were thinking, right, what is the best team we can field? What is the best 11 we can field? Will this player, we'll bring in this player, he'll get straight into the first team. They don't think about that. They're thinking, right, those top four teams will think, right, we'll bring in this player and he can get it into our squad. He can make a massive impact on the team, off the bench or starting. And that's why these four teams aren't going to drop out. And that's why I believe Spurs are already out of the title race. I mean, not title. We're not in a title race. Out of a top four race that hasn't really well and truly begun. I honestly do believe that the squad depth that those teams have is unreal, absolutely unreal, because their owners have invested in the position, in the priorities in the past, which we haven't. Hence the fact we still need to bring in players for our first team when they need to bring in players now for their squad or their reserves. And that's the way it's going. That's why I think we're not going to make it to the end of the season and look at the table and see us in the top four, right? Because the fitness that these teams have, they can constantly rotate, right? Constantly rotate. Most players at Chelsea, at City, at Liverpool, at these top teams, in the top four teams, most of those players won't play more than 30 games because they can rotate. They can rotate, right? He played on Sunday, play this player, midweek, and then play him again on Sunday. Or just play this player if he plays well. That's the way they can think about this. As Spurs, we think about things as, and this shows how bad our squad depth is. We think about things, for example, let's just use an example here. Skip, right? Skip can play on Sunday against Chelsea, but we won't play him midweek to rest him for Sunday. Right, we won't play midweek. So who comes in for Ollie Skip? Who comes in for Højbjerg even? Harry Winks. Right, and this is why. This is what I'm trying to explain, right? For example, Højbjerg is a better example. Højbjerg plays on Sunday. Nuno and his coaching staff thinking, right, we want to rest him for the derby. He's a massive player. Do we play him in this cup tie? It's not huge, so let's save him for Sunday. Let's save him for Sunday, for example. So who comes in? Harry Winks comes in. Or, Harry Winks comes in. Left back's injured or whatever, or Reguilon's injured. Davies comes in. But what happens, for example, let's use Chelsea as an example. What happens when Chilwell gets injured? Azpilicueta. Well, hang on a second. What happens when Kante gets injured? Kovacic. What happens when what happens when Mount gets injured? Ziyech. Every single one of those players they can bring in when another player gets injured or another player comes off is a class footballer, is a class player. And that's why these top 4 teams are so far ahead of Spurs. It's unreal. And that's why, in my opinion, we will not get top 4. And guys, I do see your comments. I do see you tuning in. Please keep dropping your comments. As I say, love the support from all of you fantastic people that do watch this channel. Really do appreciate the support. And yeah, get your comments in. Don't be afraid to let me know your opinion on this situation, right? But look, top 4 race could potentially be over. Could potentially be over before it's already started. But look, enough about the negativity. Let's talk other things, Tottenham. Big game tomorrow. How are we all feeling about it? Spurs Wolves, as I said. A minute ago, I said it's not a big game, but it's the Carabao Cup. We lose, we're out. And it's a real opportunity, this competition, to win something. It really is. Me saying that City will go on and win it again because of the reasons I've just said about squad depth. But if we can make it far in this competition, if we can get the confidence from this competition, that'll be fantastic. That'll be absolutely fantastic. And it's... sorry. It's one of those competitions, the Carabao Cup, that I think goes under the radar, that people forget isn't like a friendly competition. People forget it's a proper competition. It's a good bit of silverware. And the only team that doesn't field, their B team or their C team is Manchester City. But then again, their first team is their A team, their second team is their A team, their third team is their A team. Like I was saying a second ago, squad depth makes the difference. Squad depth makes the difference when it comes to football. And yeah, Carabao Cup though, big game tomorrow. I really am looking forward to it. And since I did my match preview earlier, I've thought of a lot of different situations that could happen tomorrow. The way we do actually line up. Are we going to rest players, right? Are we going to rest potentially a Kane or a Son? Or are we going to play him and play him again on Sunday? Because this is where you've got to choose. What's a bigger game? Where do we want to play our top players? Where do we want to play our top team? This game in the Carabao Cup or Sunday's game? And I understand the North London derby means the world to us Spurs fans. We want to see us absolutely batter those Gunner mugs every single time we face this gun, right? But you've got to ask yourself this. Playing against Wolves is a much bigger game tomorrow. We lose, we're out. We lose to Arsenal, we'll be gutted. Of course we will. We'll be absolutely gutted because we've lost the North London derby. But at the end of the day, we're not out of a competition. We're not out of the Premier League. Right. Tomorrow's game is do or die for another trophy opportunity. We lose this one, we won't win the Prem. We've got the FA Cup to rely on, or the Conference League. And nothing's going to happen with those till next year. But look, a good comment here from Wayne Bonner. I do want to listen to this comment, because I do like this one. In these states, we've got no chance of top 4. A cup, however, we have 3 to go far as long as we start attacking. And look, he's absolutely spot on there. He's absolutely spot on. And I said it in my match preview earlier. Need to change the system, right? Sorry. Need to change the system. If we want any hope of winning in the future under Nuno and with this team right now, change the system. You keep on playing the same system. You keep on playing this system. People will figure it out. And people will say, we beat Man City with this system. Yeah, And we also beat Wolves and we also beat Watford until teams figured it out. Crystal Palace and Chelsea knew the way we were going to play. And that's why they both dealt with us. That's why they both destroyed us. That's why they both battered us. Because we became too predictable as a team. A far too predictable playing style, right? So look, tomorrow, massive game. I really am looking forward to it. It's frustrating that it's not on telly. And I am not going to the game. And this is something I want to do a lot more this season and next season and more. I want to go to more, more away games if I can. I want to experience more football in general. And I love Spurs to pieces, but I absolutely adore football. I mean, not football. I do adore football, but I absolutely adore Spurs. But I want to go and travel. I want to go and see different grounds. I want to see different away days in different countries and that. And I did it in my away days ranked video, right? I've only been to the Premier League away days, really. I've only been, to the stadiums in the Premier League. I'd love to go to a Plymouth, an Argyle away day or a Portsmouth away day or, an away day. I can't think of bloody League One or two or Championship sides now, or Wimbledon away day. I'm just thinking of Pie Face and places he's been, but no. Just going on different away days and seeing teams in the lower leagues and different stadiums and fan bases. It's what we live for as Spurs fans, and it's definitely something I want to do more of this season. But look, we are only going to stay on here for a little bit longer, as I say. Do have a stream to go on. If you are watching this, check me out on the Tottenham Away YouTube channel at 8:30, as I say, where I'll be going on with Stell, as I say, talking to a bunch of Gunner mugs. Well, they're not Gunner mugs, but they're Arsenal fans. So talking to a bunch of Arsenal fans, debating about the North London derby, discussing all things Spurs, Arsenal. It's going to be a good one. So check me out there at 8:30, as I say. And we're not ending the stream now. I am just promoting that. I do want you guys to go and subscribe to Tottenham Way after this stream as well and check me out on their channel later today. But look, people tuning in, guys, please get your comments in. Please show your support for the channel. Smash that like button on this live stream. Also tap the notification bell and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, why haven't you subscribed? I don't know why I went all Sean Dyche. Please do subscribe. But look, really do enjoy coming on for these streams. It's something, and I was thinking about this the other day as well. Live streams and bits and bobs like this. It's something that I want to do more of as well this season. Just popping on, a couple days a week for a live stream. But look, future live streams as well. We've got one coming up on bloody, we got one coming up next Tuesday with Iggy, from Tottenham Way. That's going to be a fantastic White Hart Lounge. The White Hart Lounge is back next Tuesday with Iggy, as I say. It's also back this Friday with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Brian Daigle. So look, two epic episodes. Two really good episodes coming out for you this Friday. And God, I am bad tonight. I'm bad at remembering things. And next Tuesday, I couldn't even remember the bloody days of the week. But no, honestly, please go and check those out. Check them out when they do come out. Check them out when I do those streams. Sorry. But anyway, right. Next topic I do want to start. Next topic I do want to discuss. We've talked about our Spurs even in a top 4 race. We've talked about Wolves. Now I want to talk about the big one. The big one. And when I say the big one, you know what I mean when I say the big one. This Sunday, North London derby, 4:30 at the Emirates. Big game day, big match day, huge game. And it's one of those games where it's one of those where it brings out your emotion for football, shows your love for this beautiful sport, the North London derby. And look, I cannot wait for it. I really cannot wait for it this Sunday. Obviously, we're going to have the content surrounding that. But look, North London derby, I want to hear your guys' predictions. Do you think we can get the job done over the Gunner Mugs? Or do you reckon at the Emirates, we may get a scrappy draw or potentially, dare I say it, lose to Arsenal? I really shouldn't say that. Really shouldn't say that because we won't lose to them. We'll smash them out the bloody park. But no, big game on Sunday. And I was just discussing it when it comes to the Wolves game. Do we rest players in this game for Sunday's game? Or do we say, you know what, we're going to play our best players here? And if players are injured, if players can't compete on Sunday, that's a Premier League game. We're not knocked out of a competition. So look, that's the immediate thought that comes to my mind. That's the immediate thought that does come to my mind when it comes to that. So look, big game on Sunday. Cannot wait for that game. I really do think we have a good chance of winning that game. Now, I know we'll say it as Spurs fans every time we play Arsenal, but it's one of those where people will say, you never win at the Emirates. We really do struggle at the Emirates. And if you were to say that, you'd be right, because we really do struggle to get all 3 points at the Emirates. But you get this feeling about this game right now, although we've just come off the back of 2-3-0 losses in a row, and I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Right? All depends on tomorrow's result, the confidence we go into Sunday with. They have been somehow worse than us. They have had a pathetic season, and they're all getting excited about 2-1-0 wins. Let me tell you something, Arsenal fans. We got 3-1-0 wins against Manchester City, a good Wolves team, and a really scrappy win against Watford. 3-1-0 wins. Who have you beaten 1-0? Burnley, thanks to a set piece, and Norwich, the worst team in the league by a country mile at the moment, but because of a shit goal, really. Let's just be honest, a shit goal. So look, they're all getting excited about their bloody 2 wins in a row, coming into the game with more confidence. But at the end of the day, before that, you got battered like a haddock down the local chip shop by Manchester City. Got absolutely destroyed by them, dismantled by Chelsea. We can't really talk, though. But then battered by Brentford as well. So look, if you're an Arsenal fan, shut your mouth. You just shush if you're getting all confident and cocky. Wayne Bonner says, worst case scenario, a dull 0-0 draw. If the players turn and Nuno gets his starting 11 and tactics and sub spot on, then we'll smash them 2-0. Who you on about there, Wayne? The scum. Who are you talking about there, Wayne? Arsenal or Wolves? But both of them, I'd take a 2-0 loss, a 2-0 win. We've got Premier Hotspur TV. I just want to say, guys, after the stream as well, please support Matt and Simon on Premier Hotspur TV. 2 brilliant guys, really did give me the opportunity. One of the first channels I went on, as I say, and look, to have all the respect in the world for them. And Simon states, no chance of top 4, and I don't trust these players to get themselves up for a North London derby. Sorry, buddy, I'm not getting excited for Sunday. And look, that is one of the feelings that the fan base does have going into Sunday. And it's one of those feelings that, for me, look, I will always be up for a North London derby. We could have just lost 10-0 to Chelsea. And we could lose tomorrow 5-0. And I still think we're going to batter Arsenal. And I still think we're going to destroy them. Because that's the positivity in me. But if you wake up and smell the coffee, if you really do realise it, like Simon says there, we can't be confident. It really is hard to get yourself up for a game, to get hyped up when these same players consistently let us down. Consistently let us down when it comes to the big games. They let us down against Chelsea, they let us down against Palace, and they let us down against Arsenal next season. But before I do carry on, I want to say, guys, all of you fantastic people watching this live stream, get your comments and I want to hear your opinion. Are Spurs in the top 4 race, and what is your prediction for tomorrow's game and Sunday's game? Let me know. Wayne Bonner comes in and says, North London derby more important than the Wolves game. Kane may even decide to turn up on Sunday. This is going to be very controversial, what I'm about to say. So if you absolutely adore Harry Kane, I suggest that you click off this stream for a minute and then come back on, because I'm going to go off on him. I'm honestly I'm going to say the truth about Harry Kane. Well, not the truth, my opinion on it. I think some of us Spurs fans need to grow up. Or honestly, I think we need to grow up. I think we need to understand that Harry Kane does not want to be here. He wants to be at Manchester City. He has no passion. I wouldn't say he has no love, because I do believe he's still... I still believe, this is the club that's brought him up. This is the club that's made him who he is. I still believe he has love for the club. but I don't think he cares. And I really don't think he cares. I don't think he cares. I think every single time he plays on the pitch, he's thinking about dinner. And dinner's more important than what's going on the pitch. And this is the truth about Harry Kane. And it's a massive issue, right? We kept him in the summer. We kept him in the summer. All of us Spurs fans are excited. Why wouldn't we be? We've just kept arguably one of the best players in the world, if not the best striker in the world, at Tottenham Hotspur, a club that hasn't achieved anything for years and doesn't really look like achieving anything in the coming years. But you ask yourself this question now: should have we even kept Harry Kane if he's just gonna louse around on the pitch, if he's not gonna put in performances, if he doesn't really care for the club? Should have we sold him? Did we miss the boat? Did we miss the opportunity to get a fantastic amount of money out of a top striker who's now going to be here for another season but doesn't care? Going to be here for another season but couldn't care less what happens. Not too bothered if we lose a game. Harry Kane does not want to be at Spurs. The only reason he is at Tottenham Hotspur right now is because Daniel Levy, it was so persistent. He was so sure that Harry Kane would not leave Spurs. And he did not let him go. He didn't let Kane go. Us Spurs fans got excited, rightly so. You know, arguably one of our best players of all time is staying here. But what was the point in keeping him on for another season if he doesn't want to play for us? What's the point in keeping him on for another season if he doesn't care anymore for the club? Premier Hotspur TV states, please, guys, support this guy and his channel. A raw talent, up and coming. Really do appreciate that, son. Really do appreciate that. Thank you for that comment. As I say, really, really nice. So look, that was my little piece on Harry Kane. Now, I can completely understand people disagreeing with me. I can, completely understand people saying, but Robbie, how were we meant to know that he wouldn't care? How would we know as Spurs fans that he come into the season and not care and not show any passion for the club and just stand around and think about, what's happening after the game? How were we meant to know that as Spurs fans when we didn't sell him? And plus, we are keeping, arguably one of the best players in the world at a club that is nowhere near the standards of the top four. And this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the stream, right? We are nowhere near Manchester City. We are nowhere near Chelsea. We are nowhere near Liverpool. We are nowhere near... I always forget one. We are nowhere near United because we don't have the squad depth because of our lack of investment. We don't have the squad depth. So although as Spurs fans we can say, just get Kane out. Like I have just said, just get Kane out. We should have sold him in the summer, sell him in January or next summer. Who have we got to come in? If we were to sign a player, could we find anyone who is similar or the same or does the exact same job as Harry Kane? Because I highly doubt we could. Any top-tier striker, right? Any top-tier striker, I don't think can do what Kane does. And the only few that come to my head, Haaland and Mbappe, there is no way that Haaland and Mbappe come to Spurs. No way that those players come to Spurs, right? So if Harry Kane does go, we've got a 17-year-old Dane Scarlett to come into the pitch, or to come onto the pitch. And that is not me, right? That is not me having a dig at Dane Scarlett, because I think he's a fantastic player. And this one links back to ENIC's lack of investment in the club in the summer. The fact that we are reliant on a 17-year-old as our backup striker, if something was to happen to Kane, is disgusting. It's not right. We are relying on a 17-year-old. For example, Kane gets injured. Who do we have to bring in? Dane Scarlett or Heung-min Son to take the striker? People will say, oh no, but Son's class up front. Why would you play one of the best left wingers in the world up front if he's all right up front? Keep him at left wing where he excels. Should have bought a backup striker. Missed the boat on that. And honestly, right now, I think we should have sold Kane. 150 million, a good amount of money, a good bid for a class player like him, a player who's only staying on at Spurs because he was forced to stay on at Spurs and didn't have a choice, as Mr. Levy. And I won't go too in depth in Levy, otherwise I'll lose it. But the only reason he's still at Spurs is because Levy wouldn't let him go. That is the only reason he is at Spurs. If he had a choice right now, if someone said to him, Ken, you can go to City, you know, he'd be gone before he could even say thank you. He'd be gone before he could even say anything. He'd have his suitcases packed to be, you know, he'd be off to sunny Manchester. And that's sarcasm. But no, if you gave him a choice right now and said you can go to Manchester City, he would go because he doesn't want to be at Spurs. He does not want to be at this club. But look, this has been a stream, guys. Just a short stream here tonight. Our Spurs in the top 4 race. We talked about that. We talked about Wolves. We talked about the North London derby. And right now, I've had my own little segment about Harry Kane. But look, we've gone 30 minutes. Short little stream tonight. I'll be going on another one, as I say, at 8:30 with Stell. Talking all things North London derby on the Tottenham Way YouTube channel. So check me out over there. Busy night tonight. Really do enjoy talking to you guys. As I say, thank you for watching, everyone who's tuned in. And yeah, take care. All the best. And as always, come on, you Spurs.